Szevasztok! Szirtoló vagyok a LootMastaZ-tól, ez pedig ismételten a Strategic Mind Fight for Freedom. Tehát a demo már egy jó ideje kikerült a YouTube-ra, a csatornánkon. Végső ideje, hogy belevágjunk és elkezdjünk érdemben foglalkozni a játékkal. Hát annyit lehet az egészről tudni, igen, van continue, mert fölmértem a grafikai lehetőségeket. Tehát annyit lehet tudni a játékról, hogy két, fogjátok már be, szóval két kampány van. A brit kampány az a történelmi eseményeket taglalja brit szemszögből, az amerikai kampány pedig, ha jól tudom, akkor a normandiai partra szállástól a háború végéig, illetve azon is túl pár ilyen fiktív ütközetét is fölvonultat, mint amit láthattunk már a Spectre of Communism-ban is. Tehát azok a tipikus elgurult a gyógyszer kampányképek. Na most mink először a történelmi cuccokat fogjuk végigvinni, úgyhogy a brit kampányba mászunk bele legelőször is.
The best diplomatic efforts of the Western powers could not stop Hitler's growing ambitions and only ignited his hunger for more conquests. Poland was invaded by the German army, and it is time for the United Kingdom to declare war on Germany and intervene.
Itt legyen. Nézzük, miből élünk.
So much for efforts to appease Hitler. It took those dreamers of the parliament long enough to realize dictators only understand overwhelming power.
Well, my troops are ready and eager to drive the Germans back into Germany.
I wish the French were also ready. I've seen their frontline troops. They're more rabble than an army.
Still, we have more than enough forces to throw the Germans back into their barracks before Poland is overrun. The Siegfried Line won't stop us. It's both unfinished and undermanned.
Our politicians disagree. They declared war on Germany, but it seems like they expect Hitler to back off because of some harsh words.
I take it Prime Minister Chamberlain won't authorize an offensive operation?
He won't. I will get him to come around eventually, but we'll lose precious time while he dithers and dallies.
How much more time does he want? If the French and the British don't strike now, Poland is doomed, along with their hopes of resolving this war quickly.
I'm telling you, the French are not ready to strike, and I won't risk our expeditionary force all by itself.
If the French aren't ready now, they won't be any more ready in a year. They learn to fight once they get into action. We must strike now when the German defenses are weak.
That is true, but I won't waste my men's lives. Brooke is right. We need a clear plan.
Finally, a measured opinion. The situation is anything but clear. Gentlemen, any ideas on how we tackle this operation?
Hú, bakkerkucs.
General
Valójában
Alexander,
39-ben
Prime Minister Chamberlain was against our involvement in the Saar offensive, but I managed to convince him this would show our solidarity with the French in our willingness to take decisive action. Nonetheless, keep in mind that this is chiefly a French affair. Avoid pointless heroics and try to keep our troops unharmed. Your main task here will be to capture a lodgment for a continued offensive, capture the picket at the German border, and the city of Hornbach.
Understood, sir. We'll begin immediately.
General Alexander, our forward units report numerous minefields around enemy positions.
Would have been odd if there weren't. Tell the field commanders to keep their eyes peeled and send the sappers in if there's so much as a whiff of a mine ahead. We need those minefields cleared before we start maneuvering.
Nagyon jó. Szóval, miből élünk, van némi egységünk. Tehát az alapcélunk elfoglalni ezt a két határmenti vacakolmányt, avoid heavy losses, minefield demined.
Your forces are comprised of both core and non-core.
Kusba legyél.
Understood.
Nem látok sehol se aknamezőt, ami alapjáraton egy érdekes dolog.
Ammunition and fuel icons next to unit strength.
Kusba legyél.
British infantry reporting. There in a minute. Prepare to die.
Reconnaissance is extremely important in
Akkor is kusba legyél.
We got the asset.
General Alexander, I am sending you more reinforcements as we speak. The Matilda II heavy tanks, among others. Try to keep them where they can maneuver, and no enemy weapon will pierce their armor.
Greetings, General Alexander. An MI6 agent contacted me recently and mentioned that a shipment of machine guns has just been transferred to a warehouse in Walsheim. I believe a small detour is now in order.
According to the plan, Walsheim is to be captured by the French. But then, if we're in a position to get there first, what's the harm? One cannot tell these German names from each other. Mistakes are bound to be made. Thank you, General Menzies.
Annyi gond legyen. Elfoglaljuk akkor ezt is. És akkor nézzük csak, hogy van itt valami
Things are ideal
páncélosunk.
for a rapid offensive and open.
Cheatbe legyél.
Coordinates received. The gunners are here. Coordinates received.
Te vagy egy légvédelmi üteg, illetve van némi
Fighter planes
vadászgépünk.
are vital for gaining air.
Kusba legyél. Végezzünk némi
Watching out for bogeys.
légifölderítést. Walsheim, ezt kell elfoglalni.
Tactical bombers are
Jó.
flying artillery.
Cheatbe legyél te is.
Received. Heading there now.
Gyalogságok minden irányban.
An anti-aircraft unit is a powerful and
Hozzuk magunkkal a légvédelmet, hát ha jó lesz
This is
valamire.
nerve-wracking.
Ennyi.
Officer approaching.
Officer approaching bizony. Tehát azt mondja, hogy itt a légifölderítés nem mutatott nekünk semmi
Any orders
számottevőt.
for us?
Elnézést, úgyhogy végezzünk egy kis
Attention.
szárazföldi földerítést. Aknamező, nagyon babba.
Tank ready for action. We're on the move again.
Ide küldünk egy páncélost,
damage is
kiküldjük a
indicated with the numbers above
szapperokat.
the unit being attacked.
Nagyszerű. És
Fire
oda
the
verünk
main
ezeknek
caliber.
is egyet.
Got a job for a tank. Coordinates received.
Így, ez pedig a primáris
Infantry is
célunk,
good for assaulting
úgyhogy
the enemy positions after the artillery and air bombardment. It is also the best unit for storming cities, mountains, forests, and well-entrenched positions. A well-entrenched infantry is a tough
antitankot
target
pedig
for the
ide
enemy
rakjuk.
assault.
Jó, nagy vonalakban akkor ezzel meg is vagyódunk. Van itt még egy tüzérségi ütegünk, de az majd később fog kelleni. Jó. Úgyhogy amondó vagyok, hogy end turn. Nézzük, mit lépnek a svábókok, illetve a frankok. Illetve ha már itt vagyunk, akkor már ígyunk is.
This target has the fire support of enemy fighter planes. It is
Na nézzük.
Got a job for a tank? Coordinates received. Tank ready for action.
Recon unit reporting. Attention. Ambush up ahead.
Igen,
We
azok is.
Walsheim is ours, General Alexander. You should have seen the faces of those French officers when they saw our Union Jack flying over the town hall. And we found those German MGs. No match for our Vickers, but not bad either.
We're allies, of course. But it's always a pleasure to show the Frenchies who's the best at waging war.
Ha ha ha.
Hidden enemy up ahead.
I'm listening. Greetings from the Isles, little bugger.
The Royal Air Force is here.
Az már bizony itt van.
Tank ready for action. Ready to flatten some fools.
Tehát a
this unit
primáris
has heavy
célunk
equipment. Units with heavy equipment cannot move if they do not have ground transport. Additionally, they cannot board air transport and can only disembark from naval transport.
kusba legyél már, tudom.
At full speed. Got a clear shot. Say goodbye.
Say hello to my little friend.
Artillery is the basis of the firepower of your forces. It can weaken enemy fortifications to allow your troops to attack without heavy losses. It is also good for defense, as it provides fire support to the ground units within its range. However, its main strength is its long firing range, which allows you to destroy the enemy troops from afar. Remember though, artillery is vulnerable to aircraft attacks and in close combat, so it needs to be protected.
Where do you need us?
Everywhere. Mi ez? Légvédelmi üteg? Nem, tüzérségi. Úgyhogy csak gyere ide
Rain,
szépen.
fire. No walking away from that.
Azt
Moving the
köszöntünk.
clouds.
Azt köszöntünk.
Aye, Commander.
Nézzünk körbe itt is, mi történik.
Be careful when you send your tanks into city, mountain, and forest terrain. If they run into enemy infantry, any skirmish will likely result in heavy losses due to close quarters.
Jó, majd lesz arra is képzés, nyugi. Minden rendben lesz, srácok. Rendben, úgy vélem, hogy ezzel meg is vagyunk. És jöjjön a kedvencünk, az éjszakai hadviselés első tónusa. Szóval, mai tervezetünk nem mást
What is your
mond,
order? Received. Heading there now.
Aye, Commander. Key point secured. For the Empire. We captured the... His Majesty's forces are now in control of the German border outposts. I have to say the Germans don't seem too eager to resist. Most of their forces are still in the rear.
I don't like this. Keep your wits about you.
There must be a reason the Germans are stalling. I'm sure they have a cunning plan. They should, for their own sake. Now, you must capture the airfield in Brightfort. Do this, and we'll be able to reinforce you with some aviation.
Understood, sir. We're on the move.
So, azt mondja, hogy Brightfort felé kellene fordulnunk. Hát még szerencse, hogy annak idején mink itten
Any orders for us?
így szépen elmaradtunk.
Attention!
Your unit has been withdrawn from a supply zone. The delivery of supplies to the unit has been stopped. The supply zone is marked with a white box symbol in the upper corner of each hexagon while the unit is selected.
És akkor nézzük meg, hogy
Any orders
tankkal be
for us?
tudok-e ide.
We'll hold this for you. We took the
Menni.
Brightford airfield, General Brooke.
Splendid.
Nagyszerűek
The
vagyunk.
reinforcements are on their way. As
Kitűnőek
promised,
vagyunk.
I have dispatched some aviation to strengthen your troops. Your
Köszönjük
next target is to approach
szépen.
the Siegfried line by capturing the key points close to it. The cities of Rubenheim, Mandelbachtal, Ormesheim, and Hallberg.
Jó.
Say goodbye.
Say hello to my little friend.
We captured the position.
Ahogy mondani szokták.
Any orders for us? Hit 'em!
Form up, form up.
Fuel tanks are almost empty. If the unit is within the supply zone, fuel will be resupplied at the end of turn.
Már meg is oldottuk. Chill legyen.
The gunners are here. Affirmative.
Flak cannon ready for duty.
Locked and loaded. Understood. Moving.
The Royal Air Force is here. What is your order?
Tank squadron reporting. Aye, Commander.
Ezek itt ellentámadást fognak indítani.
Making tracks.
Úgyhogy oda rakom a tankon.
Fighter squadron ready for duty.
Gyalogság.
Watching out for bogies.
Nagyszerű. Azt mondja, hogy kaptunk
Bomber
ugyebár
squadron ready for duty.
légi támogatást. Légi támogatást pedig ki fogjuk használni arra, hogy egy kicsikét
Rain fire!
zaklassuk itt
General
őket.
Alexander, the Germans are counterattacking. Looks like they've found their fighting spirit at last. Requesting permission to break some teeth.
Make it so, Montgomery. Remind the Germans of the fear we put in their grandfathers back in 1918.
Commencing bombardment.
Egy.
The RAF have arrived.
Azt tudjuk, és ide
Affirmative.
tudjuk fedezni a bombázókat.
We'll sneak upon them. We're moving.
Nagyszerű. Azt hiszem, hogy ezt ettől jobban már nem
His
fogjuk
Majesty's
tudni
own
kihasználni.
disappointment.
Maximum úgy, hogy
Making our way there.
idejövünk,
5 rounds rapid.
mentesítünk.
This unit has run out of ammunition. Move it with the
Most of the minefields have been cleared, General.
Good work. Credit to our sailors.
Így.
We claim this for the crown.
Kitűnő, ettől jobb se kell semmi. Kitűnő.
On His Majesty's service.
Jó, erről ennyit.
beware of ambushes. Getting into an ambush delays the offensive and
Pontosan tudjuk, hogy mire jó az ambus. És fölkelt a napocska is, úgyhogy folytassuk is a megkezdett akciónkat. Azt mondja, hogy van itt
Tank
nekünk
ready
egy
for
ilyenünk.
action. Tank ready for action. They're running for their lives. Moving to coordinates.
target in sight.
Your unit has just triggered an overrun skill. Every time a unit with an overrun skill defeats an enemy unit, it gains the ability to move.
We fended off the German counterattack. What joy! I feel 20 years younger.
That was some fine soldiering, Bernard. Keep at it.
20 éve fiatalabbnak érzi magát. Jajjája.
Double file, boys.
We'll sneak upon them. Fire!
Infantry standing by. Onwards. Any work for a flag battery? Alright, moving.
On it, Commander. Royal Artillery awaiting orders.
Szerűen olyan gyorsak vagyunk, hogy a tüzérség nem képes lépést tartani velünk. De hát ez legyen a világ legnagyobb
Earthshakers are
problémája.
here. We're on the move again.
What is your order? Moving the cloud.
Your aircraft is running out of fuel. In order to refuel, the aircraft has
Kus.
No escaping us. Commencing bombardment. Any orders for us? Kill confirmed. Go fast or go home. The Royal Air Force is here.
Szaknemezőt bírom bombázni. Ez itt gyalogság.
Share these rations.
Fighter squadron ready for duty. You can't hide. Another one for the Royal Air Force.
Így. Nagyszerű.
The Royal Air Force is here. Bomber squadron ready for duty.
Any orders for us?
Hurrikán. Hurrikán azt mondja, félig van a tankod.
Acknowledged.
Gyere csak ide.
Coordinates received.
Gyere ide fedezni a légierőt.
Tank squadron reporting.
Jó. Ezzel akkor már meg is vagyunk úgy nagyjából. Szóval itt van nekünk valami ilyenünk.
Where do you need us? Bombs away.
Pont ide. Pont ide, azt mondja.
His Majesty's own disappointment.
Yes, Commander. We're rolling. We'll get it done. Coordinates received. Got a job for a tank? For the Empire!
On His Majesty's service. Hidden enemy up ahead. At once, Commander. We got the asset. Engaging the enemy. Loaded to the brim.
Igen, itten van
A soldering life for
légifedezet.
me.
Úgyhogy
God
először is
save the king.
beküldünk ide egy
Royal fighters standing by.
repülőgépet, hogy triggereljük a légvédelmi üteget.
You know the
watch out. It's anti-aircraft overwatch fire. It is
Igen,
costly to
tudjuk,
attack.
pushba legyél.
Share these rations.
Így né. Problem solved.
On our last bombs. Tactical bomber standing by. Opening the bomb chute.
Nagyon nagyszerű.
Where do you need us? Onwards.
És a repülőteret is
Tanks
valahogy
awaiting orders.
el kellene foglalnunk
Where do you need
valahogyan.
us?
Our aircraft can now
Hey.
use this airfield.
Nagyszerű, tudjuk.
Infantry standing by. Making our way there.
Yes, Commander. Changing positions.
Standing by, sir.
Earth Shakers are here. We're on the move again.
Nagyszerű. Úgy látom, hogy többé-kevésbé ki van takarítva a térkép. Itt van még az az aknamező, illetve ez a csücsök itten, de ezt már a franciák is támadják, nem csak én. Úgyhogy end turn. Boom, francia veszteség. És beestelettünk szokásunkhoz híven.
Tanks awaiting orders. Coordinates received. Tank ready for action.
Just tell us where to go. Wait, I see the enemy. On all cylinders. I spy with my little eye. On our last bombs. Opening the...
Megnézzük, mi
Your
van itt.
aircraft are out of ammunition. In order to rearm, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within supply zone. Carrier-based aircraft can use carriers as an airfield.
Aha, jó.
Need a new payload.
Majd lesz mindjárt.
Ready to make some craters. Dropping the payload. Orders confirmed.
Where do you need us? Infantry on the move. Giving it all we've got.
On our last bombs. Commencing bombardment.
És továbbra semmi.
I spy with my
All the regional key points have been captured, General Brooke. My forces are at the Siegfried Line.
Ready.
Good work, General. Can't say the same about our allies, bless their souls. The French have taken a bad walloping at the Warned Forest, and during their advance north of Bleebrook, doesn't look like there's much fight left in them now. Orders from up top are to dig in and await further instruction. General Alexander, your leadership at Saarland was downright exemplary. However, the political climate in Europe is getting more volatile by the day, and we have to cooperate closely with the French. They insist that we dig in, so there will be no further offensive action at Saarland.
Hát a baromság csúcsa, basszus. Enemy skilled 98. 348-an még az első képen, akkor se elégedünk meg, ha nagyon muszáj.
A soldering life for me. Double file,
Úgyhogy
boys.
megyünk és takarítunk mindent.
Ready for action, I think.
The gunners are here.
Így. Elfoglalunk minden Victory Hexet, ami létezik.
We're rolling.
Our timing is always impeccable.
Where do you need us? Onwards.
Így.
Tactical bomber standing by. Bombs hit for full effect.
Kitűnő, és akkor
Need a
most
scout? On our way.
Form up, form up.
All city, forest, and mountain terrain offer much better protection from enemy attacks. Right-click.
Igen, tudjuk, köszönjük.
Guarding the Empire. Royal Artillery awaiting orders.
Infantry standing by. Infantry on the move.
We'll get it done.
Fighter squadron ready for duty.
On our last bombs. Need a new payload. Need a new payload. On our last bombs.
Jaj, ő már támadott ebben a körben, jól van.
You have selected an entrenched unit.
Pushba legyél már.
Moving to coordinates.
This is nerve-wracking.
Tanks awaiting orders. We're on the move again.
Anti-tank artillery is effective against...
Tudom, mi ellen jó. Jó. Na kérem lassan. Így, meg is van a 400 pont, aminek folyamányaként kapunk Command Point 30, 2 Soft Attack for the HQ unit, nagyszerű, és plusz 2 Command Point. Veszteségek nélkül, maximális pontszámmal, csak megoldottuk.
Gentlemen, how would you evaluate the outcome of the SAR offensive?
We have achieved all of our objectives. I deem this operation a success.
But did we go far enough? Why did we not capitalize on our advance? We could have kept the pressure on the Germans, instead we retreated.
Prime Minister Chamberlain was hoping for a diplomatic solution. He wanted to use the Germans as a weapon against the USSR. My attempts to convince him otherwise bore no fruit. He has made a mistake. You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth.
Well, the partition of Poland has shown us the Soviets' true colors.
Indeed, the USSR has revealed itself to be another great predator of this continent.
And all the while the army is in decay. There's nothing worse for a fighting man than a long absence of action.
Perhaps. But the conditions are not there for a successful offensive in Europe. Our troops are insufficient. Our communication with the French is far from perfect. The only rational move is to strengthen our defenses and prepare for the worst.
That's not very optimistic, is it? Are you suggesting we sit and wait, and give the Germans even more time to prepare an attack against France?
Consider the alternative. Should we throw our troops into a European meat grinder like 30 years ago? No, sir. I must recommend we sit and we wait.
Hát, igen, tetszett. Szóval ez lesz az HQ-nk. Oké. Ez már akkor viszont a következő videó tartalma lesz, ahol is előkészülünk a következő ütközetekre. Annyit még, hogy megnézzünk, hogy mi fog most történni. Megyünk föl északra Norvégiába. Land in Norway, secure K-post, establish control over its northern part. Major landing operation, naval battle. Ez aranyos lesz. Jól van, fiúk, lányok és egyéb váltónemű LootMastaZ követők. Ennyik voltunk akkor mára, és innen fogjuk folytatni a következő alkalommal, amikor is egy stratégiai fázis keretein belül fölkészülünk a norvégiai ütközetre. Jó, rendben, fiúk, lányok és egyéb váltónemű LootMastaZ követők, én még mindig széltoló voltam, ti pedig továbbra is vigyázzatok egymásra, magatokra, mindenkire, és találkozunk a következő videókban is. Na, szevasztok!